The French capital. Time now for a look at the latest business headlines. We're joined by our business editor, Marcus Carlson. Hello, Marcus.
Hi there, Melissa. We're going to start off with the Singapore Air Show, which is underway. Airbus got a boost there earlier. An aircraft leasing company put in an order for 20 Airbus A380 Super Jumbos. It's seen as a lift for the European plane maker as A380 sales, they've been somewhat sluggish. Looking away from passenger jets, defence companies are also looking for a boost in Singapore and in Asia overall. It's the one region in the world where defence spending is growing. Olivia Salazar-Winsby has more.
When diplomatic posturing increases, higher defence spending follows suit. A commercial opportunity that aviation companies are pouncing upon at the Singapore Air Show. Military budgets in Asia are swelling as countries like China and Japan look to add hardware to their arsenals.
The realities, of course, is what's going to happen vis-a-vis the South China Sea. How do you deal with the continuing threats of terrorism, piracy, smuggling of illegal substances, components and weapons of mass destruction.
Spending in the Asia-Pacific region is growing year on year, while the West trims its outlay. Last year, China had the second largest defence budget after the US, a figure Beijing's looking to increase by some $30 billion over the next 2 years. At the air show, specialist firms are looking to lure buyers with the latest in state-of-the-art technology. Drones is one area that's on the up.
We think that there's growing popularity for unmanned systems. Maybe they could play a key role. Currently, we are having discussions with South Korea and Japan for our Global Hawk, and Australia as well for the Triton system.
One of this year's star products among the fighter jets and helicopters is the P-8A Poseidon. It might look like a regular passenger plane, but with torpedoes, depth charges and anti-ship missiles. Boeing's hoping it'll attract plenty of customers here in Singapore.
We're not going to take risks with this recovery, so said Mark Carney, the governor of the Bank of England, earlier this Wednesday. And he promised to British home buyers and businesses to keep interest rates at low levels. He spoke as the Bank of England hiked its growth forecast for this year. British jobless levels have also dropped much faster than previously predicted. The Bank of England has kept its benchmark interest rate at 0.5% for 5 years now, and Carney says the rate will remain low for at least another year. We're going to take a look at the stock markets. As you can see right here in the United States this session, the indices are mixed. Shares in Procter & Gamble, they're weighing on the Dow Jones Industrial Average and the S&P 500. This is the world's largest maker of household products, cut its sales and earnings forecast this year. Let's also talk you through the European close. Encouraging trade data out of China help shares on this side of the Atlantic, as there are hopes that China isn't slowing as much as previously feared. As you can see right there, the CAC 40 was up 0.5% and the DAX was up more than 0.6%. Let's look at some individual company news. Shares in Société Générale gained more than 5% in European trading. It came as the French bank reported a €2.2 billion profit for last year, 3 times higher than for 2012. The lender also said that it would double dividend payments to shareholders. It's seen as a sign that a large restructuring at Société Générale is paying off. Total is another French company in the spotlight. The oil major's full-year profits dipped 20% to €8.4 billion. Total blames higher exploration costs and lower refining margins in Europe. Shares gained in European trading, though, as Total said its plans to increase production are on track. Shares in Heineken also edged higher during European trading. It came as the beer brewer predicted higher sales this year. It says growth in emerging markets is likely to compensate for a sales fall in Europe. Heineken made a net profit of €1.4 billion in 2013, but is forecasting higher profits this year as it looks to shed jobs and cut costs. Okay, that is the business news for now. I'm going to hand it back to